It's Sunday and it's time for the next weekly, which really can be boiled down into 2.5 things: rolls, trumpets, and hurt triggers a little bit. Hurt triggers is basically this group of 4, and then, well, basically these 2 columns, technically. The first 2 rows you don't really count. Last 2 kind of, though even then, small one in the shop buying it doesn't really actually help this team. But yeah, cuckoo, blowfish, fringehead, blowfish, fringehead, tuna, cuckoo, tuna, triceratops, etc. But there's also, for fringehead, sneaky little Quetzalcoatlus combo that chat pointed out. So that was cool. I'm honestly not even going to bother pointing out the rolls and the trumpets teams. They're fairly just kind of there. Just things that say roll on them, things that say trumpets on them. The other thing I would add is, hello gophers, groundhogs, sorry. The other thing I would add is that the elephant that's not an elephant that does trumpets, the Platybelodon, the rolling pets, which it is one, also does trumpets. So there is, I guess, a slight combination there. Now what I was gonna say is that it's pretty bad week to be trying to take a umbrella bird. Pretty much completely useless, as far as what I saw. Unless maybe you have some things that have bad abilities that you don't want to take or whatever, which I guess, sure. Otherwise, well, that was terrible. Otherwise, I would say that you might be better off skipping any umbrella birds, as well as any catfish. Catfish also seems very bad. There's like one biped, which is the foo dog, so it's still pretty terrible to do that with. We lost. Not the greatest luck on the turn 2 rolls, and even worse luck here. Yeah, just fucking terrible. Awesome. Well, our front guy's gonna have some amount of health at least. Maybe he can double up here on the kills? He can. Probably necessary. It was necessary. So necessary that it still didn't work. Umbrella plus fringehead, Quetzal, rat for just big stats, no ability. I'm not even. Fringehead, umbrella bird. Oh, if you don't want to spawn the stuff or give the stats. Okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. We're just gonna have a full team of half-leveled units. It's great. Well, at least we finally guarantee one for next turn. Now, you've done a good amount of gaming this week. We had, but then there was some non-gaming too. We're gonna draw. That hurts. There was National Puzzle Day was Wednesday, so I am probably gonna take a Pletobeliodon. Well, it's a pretty terrible week to take a manta ray. I'm not gonna lie. It's a pretty terrible week to do a manta ray. There's 0 buy selling happening. This is a pretty big guy, but so are these. So this is the hurt team, this is the roll team, this is just a guy. But we did I did a fancy impossible puzzle for National Puzzle Day, and then the second half I did Puck. And then Friday, there was a new NSO game trial started up, so I started by playing Moving Out 2, some solo, some co-op. That went all right. And then today doing the other game trial, which was Dead Cells, which has been way cooler. So I'm thinking that it's tough, because I guess I can take this just to take it for now as like a good unit or a decent unit, and don't necessarily have to worry about the trumpet thing right away. I kind of would rather level 2 this before I sell it, because then it doesn't feel like it's worth it. On the other hand, I'm thinking I could sell this because it's trying to get things on. Dromedary maybe would be nice to switch in the next upcoming units. This is going to be a 6-4, which is really strong. That seems good. And then probably Blowfish, actually. Maybe I do just have to do this, bring this in, and then for the time being, hold on to this, let it get chilled for a moment. If I sold the Firefly instead of the Dromedary, then there would be some sense there for the purposes of like buffing the Pledo whatever it's called, for a turn or two. But yeah, definitely on this. Might do that. I don't want to lose 2 gold next turn. That's the issue I have with this thing. Maybe I do just sell this. It's awkward for sure. Awkward for sure. But, alright. Speaking of Puck, by the way, that game has been awesome. Really been enjoying that one. Multiple shots here. I don't know if it's gonna be enough, sadly. Okay, it's enough, but yeah, Puck has been awesome. Puck has been awesome. Permanent Melon Slice would be interesting. I think it is the turn to sell you. Well, could do this and this. It would definitely weaken the team for this turn if I did that. I mean, I could just sell the Pleodon because we're not really doing trumpets, but then the problem is we did this and then I need to roll 4 times for this to matter. So that's why I was like, felt not great. Okay, there's 4 rolls. So this seems like a good idea. 4 triggers there. I know I froze one Foo Dog, but not the second one. That's unfortunate there. Does not kill at the front. And I only get 3 hits, which is decent, but it's not gonna be enough. That's so sad. That's so sad. I think I'm abandoning this. And then not loving that. Not loving that. Give future shop pets. Oh. I was confused. I was like, why is that saying that? I'm actually just gonna do this. Very big cope. Hey, you know what? That's a kill at the front. That's all we were hoping for this bug to do. I think that cupcake was worth its weight. He's not McLovin' it? Not quite. But I have been McLovin' Puck. The server list is like awesome. Which Zoomers like don't even know what that word means. Which is crazy. I think you just take this to have a thing. The main thing for Puck that has stood out to me as far so the game's fun and everything. It's like a hockey game, but it's like it's really hard to control and yada yada. It's not like NHL, fucking 2K, whatever. Even though I don't think that's what those I think 2K's basketball, but I know 2K's basketball. But whatever the NHL one would be, it's not that. It's a very different type of hockey game. It's almost like QWOP hockey, but not quite as extreme as QWOP. But it's much harder to control, but it's very fun, and the very unique thing about it compared to modern games nowadays is the server browser, serverless type of deal, where you don't just click like go into matchmaking and do matchmaking. You actually just have to like look at a server list and choose a server to join, and really the main thing is that it is oh wait, we can do the combo. Which is that the modern day gaming with matchmaking is just so crap. Serverless are so much better because you actually have to choose where you want to go, and you can surprisingly quickly build up some camaraderie with the people you're playing with. Just like, it doesn't feel like you would, but even after just like 2 games, you're like cracking jokes or whatever, maybe some friendly banter. But when you're playing modern day matchmaking type games, ooh, that doesn't really happen. It doesn't happen at all, in fact. So we have a bunch of weird things going on. I kind of regret buying the egg. But we can do the Fringe Head Quetzalcoatl thing, which is neat. So we got that going for us. Well, never mind, it didn't work because it didn't spawn it. But, you know, it could have in another universe. We're super dead. Serverless Giga Chad versus matchmaking cringe. Basically. I didn't really explain it all that well, but... So these are both role things, which isn't exactly what we're building here. Let's do this first, I guess. It has come to my attention that I am doing a hurt build a little bit, and then the random Yala. So maybe we just do this, and then this. And get rid of those. That way we buff. Obviously it means that Yala is never really getting buffed, but at least it means we'll have scaling. It's something. I don't think it makes sense here. I don't think basically any of this makes sense anymore, and probably should get rid of things that are here, but... Yeah, we probably just have to get rid of the Quetzalcoatl thing, right? I mean, it's gonna work here, but... Yeah, we probably should get rid of it. And then we keep this instead. It just... The problem is this is the 10-10. So maybe we just get rid of this part. And bring in some other trumpet thing. What would be the other thing to bring in? Well, you know, the Rock Hopper. That wouldn't be bad. That'd be a nice one. The Nurse Shark, I don't think we would have enough. We would need to level up that thing. I think I'm going to sell this to force myself to buy something. That's not it, though. And this won't work. There won't be enough trumpets, so I just can't even really do that one yet. That hurts. That's not great. That's not great. You know what also is a great gaming related thing though is the okay, alright. This is going okay. We're gonna win. Did you guys see Among Us is in Monkey Ball? Super Monkey Ball? Oh, that's a huge level actually. It doesn't really make sense to do this. But small one plus a mushroom. An interesting idea. Well, let's see what this does. Well, I shouldn't buy this. I should buy something else, right? I guess if I buy the ostrich for here, and then just that's the team, then this will help do this, I guess. I mean, it's pretty bad this turn. Pretty bad, but... that's a pretty good team they got there. Okay, 3 hits here. Thankfully, we killed that, uh-oh. Oh, trade. Thankfully, we killed the, Piranha in 1 hit there, so the PETA didn't go off. That was pretty lucky. That was pretty lucky. Pepper's kind of interesting, though also kind of awkward. Because on one hand, I like the idea of putting it on something further up, but on the other hand, this isn't the thing that's going to be buffing itself, and this thing's going to get bigger quicker, so I guess you do that, and then you pray for tier 6s. Thank God it didn't roll this. And then I guess I'm going to do this, and then roll again. I mean, the team's getting better, but it's probably too late. I imagine we're just going to run into teams that have had multiple sandworms and stuff, and yeah, kind of this kind of stuff. This kind of stuff for sure. Yeah, and that not one-shotting is pretty much a GG. Especially with the level 2 dog. Or level 2 Nyala coming out. Amalgam plus Easter egg for more double damage. Just thinking out loud. It is kind of a fun idea. If I can do this, right? Cool. I can't imagine I'll actually roll 3 more here. I mean, we're on 1 health. There is that, too. The back 3 units are pretty big. I think the team obviously would be a bit better if it had something like a bat where you don't actually have to have the unit die in front, but maybe this will work. Ooh. Well, no, not quite. Not quite. Maybe if that thing wasn't at 1 HP and didn't chili pepper. Okay, that's fine. Oh, well, we were running through things. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Surely it's fine. This will do the thing, the dog that spawns. It's fine. Well, you're gonna kill... Well, not really a way around that, is it? Unless I have it in the back. Rich Godfathers. You come to me, ask me for a favor. Oh! Did you see the, the Sonic, oh, we drop. The Sonic 3 movie, there was like a director commentary type of deal, and they confirmed that the soap opera being Spanish thing was indeed a reference to Shadow liking Latinas, like the meme. It's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. I can't believe they admitted that. That's a crazy thing to admit. Oh, how was yours bigger? You cheated. How was your dog bigger? Really? Yeah. Well, I mean, at least the clip that I saw was, unless that was like doctored somehow. I will take a bat. I think a bat will be pretty good here. I will roll. Okay. So we're definitely more trumpety than rolling. Sure. Yeah, that's gonna be a lot of stats. Well, a lot of stats being like 3, but that's still a lot in this day and age. What other gaming stuff happened? Oh, Multiverses announced they're closing the game after Season 5, which is, that's pretty crazy. I think I might sell this to bring in this to have the level next turn. Maybe that's dumb. Maybe that's dumb. Maybe that's still dumb. Whatever. RIP Ultra Instinct Shaggy? Yeah. I mean, they definitely mishandled that game. They definitely mishandled that game. Okay. Dang. Close one there. Close one there. Alright. We need something big here. Sea lion. Oh. I don't know what to make of that. I mean, most of these things probably will get changed, so I guess that's a reason to take the lobster. If outside battle. So I have one of each tier right now, so that's pretty good for the white bat. And 2 trumpets to give health. Right now I'll get... Problem is if I get... Oh, I guess I could get rid of the groundhog, keep the pheasant, bring in this to give health to something. It feels like you should do that as well, because you got the lobster going on. Yeah, that seems pretty good. So this is going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. So I could do it twice, but the problem is if I guess I could do it twice by just doing this. Doubling up on these guys. And then I could even garlic this one. This might have been a pretty sick turnaround. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but I think this might have been a pretty good move. Now, granted, the bat should not be in the front because it didn't use the fairy. The bat does not count itself. Okay, that is news to me. That was news to me. That definitely changed the equation. All right. Well, the good news is that I can then put in something else, I guess, here. Although, it still would have to be a different tier. But okay, you up there, you here. Well, if I put in a different tier too, like a dromedary. Something. I did think about freezing it and maybe rolling in case there's more things like these to put in, but here we are. Wow, that would have been a lot of food dogs. Really just trying to hit one of these bats to show up. I think I'm going to keep rolling and hoping to see it. I did not see it. Unfortunate. That is very sad. That is very sad, in fact. Now you don't really matter to be up front so much. Well. Yeah. Oh, but good gaming news, at least. The Sims 1 and 2 Legacy Collection coming out? Or came out, maybe? That seems kind of decent. I mean, the Sims soundtrack is obviously classic. Classically great. I think it's time to get rid of the pheasant and bring in a tier 5. Now, obviously the moose health is good. The Nyala is probably better immediately, and also would potentially be good for getting rid of the Honduran white bat later. So part of me is interested in that, because I also don't feel too strongly about the lobster and the dromedary, so I think I'm feeling that. Gets the buff. Goes here. Like, in my mind, I should be trying to eventually get rid of these two, get some lobster buffs as I go about it, and make my way downtown, walking fast, faces past. Well, if I don't do this level now, then next turn it would still just be as bad to not do it now. Or then, because you would have to wait another turn to try to then do it for tier 6. So I think you just do it now. And that definitely makes this more interesting. That will get buffed by Dromedary. I think I'm not going to bother saving this to attempt level 2. Probably just gonna be a switch this out for the Nurse Shark. I think with all of these, you'll be able to buff and Nurse Shark, and with this and everything. So I think that will be good. I think that will be good. Maybe I do start trying to get the Surgeonfish level 3. It's only 2 trumpets, which is not much. Not a huge cost. That is a gigantic Dromedary. I don't know if we can kill that. Well, we can, but it's just that all that health stats didn't really... We didn't really get the benefit from it because they got one shot each time. You're out. You're out. You're in. 8-10? That's no joke. 8-10 is no joke. Honestly, you should probably just... Well, I would like you to be behind this, but then you wouldn't have enough. I mean, I guess if I put this at the front, then you would have enough even if we sell the bat later on, so there's something to be said about that. Do I really even want that? I think we would rather just hope to get a Markor. I think so. I think I'm not going to bother with the Sea Lion. I mean, I get the Lobster is definitely... Sturgeon is 2 friends. Can't read it. Oh shit, it is. You're right. That would make sense with why those 2 units had so much last time. Well, we won anyway. We won anyway. Also, yeah, this jumping then makes the dog spawn, and that causes some problems. So, I think I'm gonna firstly sell this and level 2 this, because that seems kind of nuts. I guess you have to take the Ammonite. It doesn't really... Because we only have 2 other tiers right now, so I would only get 4 from this. The catfish just doesn't do anything. Very awkward. Very awkward. Because this also, like, doesn't really work. Because it... Well, its ability won't work, I guess. Because this is gonna jump. I don't know what to do about that. It just doesn't really work. Not really a way to change this order, right? 2, 4, 6. This costs 6, but that costs... So you have to have this. I'm just trying to think, like, could I get away with doing it? But, like, you don't want this to transform anything, really. You would want it to transform... I guess if you did this... I think that would work. Definitely looking to change up those 2 units, though. Okay, 2 big units and then all in on the worm. Hey, well, you know what? The bat did do both of its abilities, so there's that. Fortunately, that didn't go so well. And then this whole problem of the Nurse Shark not actually Nurse Sharking. So... I would like to, probably, I mean, okay. How do I do this? Front, Nyala, Nurse, Ammonite, Sturgeon, Bat, whatever it jumps. Front Yala. I don't think this Yala, Nurse, Ammonite, Sturgeon. I mean, I guess that just means you don't get the Sturgeon ability. Doing that. We really want the, this thing, I think. The Mark Horror. Mark Horror. Well, not really getting anything here. Well, I would rather have just used the cotton candy that whole time instead of any of this. Because that was a pretty big waste of time. I guess the benefit here is that the Sturgeon will be a big-ish unit and be transformed, so that's something to be said. Oh, that's disaster. That was just an everything went wrong moment. That was great. That was good. That was good. Fantastic. Okay. I mean, that's better than the Ammonite. Or at least it doesn't mess up everything like the Ammonite does. Probably you would want to faint. You would want another Nyala, right? So that makes sense. I will tell you what. It's gonna be hard for this team to get to 10. Especially without getting an early Markor. I just don't think the stats are gonna be there. And the Sturgeon is kind of useless at this point, but it's big enough where it's kind of worth it. No, that's... yeah, that doesn't really work, does it? That doesn't really work, does it? We need to get rid of this fucking thing. We need a Markor instead of this or something. Or we might just have to dump that too. But I'm doing this for the achievement because I'm pretty sure I've never done it. And there's the Markor. Problem is, he needs to faint at like the front. He needs to faint at like the front, and so then this doesn't really work unless you have it faint the Nurse Shark. But the problem is that you can't have the Nurse Shark be in the front. Although you could do the Markor though and double spawn the Markor. But you need the trumpets, so it still doesn't really work. Then maybe you do that. We're on a prayer. We're living on a prayer here. We're 4 out of 10. We're living on a prayer. I don't even know if this really works. Too many positioning issues? Yeah. That's gonna be a problem. Okay, a couple snipes. Big dog. Big dog. Okay, that worked. The Sturgeon does nothing. But it is there. It is there. So there's that. Okay. I don't think we want another star fruit. Deja vu. Maybe I want a star fruit. I do feel like I probably should get rid of this. Not really. Well, okay, rock hop. Oh no. I don't even want to. I don't even want to try to understand what would have to happen for the rock hopper to work. I just don't think it does. I just don't think it does. I'm not even gonna try to think about what that does. I'm not even gonna try to think about what that does, actually. The sturgeon's trying to find Nemo in the bag, yeah. Yeah, this is just the problem. Rolling's just better. This is just kind of the problem. Rolling's just better. Granted, we didn't have stuff early that we were looking for, but I mean, they literally just have more trumpets. They literally just have more trumpets and then like triple the stats. I also don't think that this is good. Okay, it'd be good if you didn't have the Markor, because then you could do like this, and then you could have like Nyala spawn, then a secondary Nurse Shark spawns, and that would be sick. But as it stands, it doesn't really make sense. Because you also can't just have this in the front, because you just don't get trumpets before they die. And I guess spawning the second one of these does, like, buffs the surgeon fish, but it's pretty stupid. Yeah, this is just not gonna work. This is a fun idea to, like, try to keep us going. It's the only reason we haven't straight up died yet, though we're probably gonna die now. But, yeah. 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 That would be good, too. Yeah, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. You know what? I had a weird dream the other day that, I woke up and there was a YouTube video of, that was crazy draw. There was a YouTube video of, like, an edit of, I don't know, something of me on stream, like a 20-30 minute YouTube video edit of me doing stuff on stream or whatever. And, oh wait, this doesn't work. Maybe it just means we get rid of the pterodon now. And then that way we just mushroom this, get rid of this. Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense. And, the video, I forget exactly what the video was or did, but the video, was edited by, like, a, what's his name? The guy that does Northern Lion video edits. It was that guy, for some reason or another, did a video edit of, like, a stream or a moment of my stream, very strangely so, and for whatever reason, they did that, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but weird. And then I went into the comments, this is all in a dream, and then I went into the comments, and all the comments were just 3 question marks. Every single comment. That was, you know, basically to be like, who is this guy? I was like, oh, okay. I think we should do this. We're just gonna mushroom everything. Okay, okay. I still think this team can't get to 10. Maybe if we had more wins earlier on, but this team could have won earlier on in a different lifetime, but obviously it's not gonna now. We literally didn't kill, like, anything yet. This is so stupid. Okay, well that didn't go so well. Now, okay, here we go. That means in this YouTube video, every comment's gonna be 3 question marks. Okay, very clever, whatever, we'll come back. We'll come back. Clearly rolling's the way to go. Clearly rolling's the way to go.